Today my adventure brings me to the corner of Adair Drive and Dub's Dread Drive here in Mt Plymouth, Florida. So this area used to have an old golf country club area right here. You got a little memorial over here about this country club just outside of Sorrento, Florida, north of Orlando. And they got this right here. It says Mt Plymouth Memorial Park in memory of, and this here gives you kind of a timeline of this area. Mt Plymouth Hotel and Country Club, which is what I'm talking about today, what I'm very interested in. 1926 is when it was built, and then it was called the Florida Central Academy back in 1959. Academy closed in 83, and then it says the building was destroyed by fire January 6, 1986. This historical entranceway preserved by East Lake Historical Society. So why am I interested about this old country club that the country club house itself burned down in 86? Well, it's because there's a little bit of history that goes along with it that I'm very interested in. Number one of the people that used to come here on vacation and play golf was none other than Yankee great Babe Ruth. And then another person with a lot of fame. Have you ever heard of the mobster Al Capone? Well, guess what? He used to come down here and play golf also. So even though the clubhouse and stuff has been burned down, a lot of the greens area where they used to play golf itself is still here. But you got to act quick. That's why I'm here today, because they're building homes out here and they're building them across the old greens. So hopefully we can get out there and maybe walk a little bit where the greens used to be. Maybe some of the old sand traps are still there, and talk about it a little bit. And there's another little cool place not too far from here called the Storybook House. Some people call it the Gingerbread House, but that links to the Al Capone story, and we're going to get into that once we get out there on this golf course and start walking around. Oh yeah, by the way, thanks for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. Let's go ahead and begin. All right, I made it out here where the old greens used to be. It's not grown up terribly bad, but it's definitely not like golf course pretty out here. But this is the location. You can see kind of where the sand traps used to be. Right here's a sand trap. You know, doesn't look terrible considering how long this place has been out of commission, but we was just right over here on the other side of these houses doing our intro at the memorial, at the placard. And this is the area that I was talking about. This is where they would play a little bit of golf. Al Capone. That is pretty awesome. Babe Ruth used to come out here and they used to hit the ball. And I'm not really sure where the clubhouse used to be. From some of the pictures that I've seen online, it might have been like right over here in this opening. Like right back in there, maybe, possibly. Or it could have been in this area over here. But nonetheless, if you are a fan of the old TV show Sopranos, there's actually a clip in the TV show where they're talking to Tony Soprano is there on a golf course, and they actually reference Al Capone in this spot in that episode.
No, I never get down there. Well, Disney World.
You know, Al's place. Mt Plymouth. Al Capone built it.
So as you walk around out here, there is some old, like, places maybe where golf carts used to drive at one time. You just see them kind of sporadically around. I'm not a golfer. I don't really know a lot about layouts, but I'm thinking when you see like these big divots, these big old like doomed out places, that's probably where the old sand traps used to be. And like I said, when we started the vlog off, we was just right back over here behind these trees and these homes. But I'm thinking what's happening is these homes are being built on this land, so eventually this little bit of cool history is going to be forever covered up and gone. So one other thing that's pretty cool in this area that I spoke of a few minutes ago, and it was the Storybook House, which is this cute little house that looks like something you would see out of a Disney story. Looks kind of like the Snow White house in the old cartoon, or you know, some people have dubbed it the gingerbread house is what they call it. But it really is a cool place. It's just right down the street here. I'm gonna try to go down there and show you it, because the man that used to live in that house was Al Capone's bookkeeper back in the day. And if you know anything about Al Capone, see, he went to prison for tax evasion. So his bookkeeper was probably kind of tied up in all that stuff. And his bookkeeper used to live right down the street at this cutest little house you've ever seen. It's called a storybook house. So we're going to head down there next and take a look at that, and then we're going to wrap it up. And I made it down here to the storybook house. This is a very, very busy road. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time here because, like I said, somebody actually lives there. But that is the storybook house. And I just think that is just so interesting. If you're into Al Capone and some of the history, that his bookkeeper lived right there in that house. That is pretty awesome. Very, very cool place. All right, and that is one last look at the storybook house. This is a very, very busy highway right here. But we're going to wrap it up right here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. I think this is an absolutely awesome place, and it's got a cool tie-in with Al Capone. If you're into mobster movies and things like that, I think this is a pretty cool little day. Little fine, little day out, have a little fun. Look at a little bit of history here in the area. Really fascinating. I've always enjoyed mob stuff, and this was a good one today. Al Capone, bookkeeper, right there at the storybook house. I got lucky with that one because when I was reading about Mt Plymouth, that just happened to be like a line down or something on another page, and it talked about the house here and the bookkeeper and all that good stuff. So pretty awesome little bit of history here just outside of Sorrento, Florida. All right, my friends, I am all done because it is hot. It is time to go rest. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, friends, I'm the Hitchhiking Yeti, and I will see you in my next adventure. And hopefully next time it is not on this road, because this is one busy road. Y'all stay safe, and I will too. I'll try to be safer next time. See you all soon. Y'all be good.